Start
came in. I
recording.
mean, I don't know why people are not joining.
True, true. I also believe, think that. I mean, there were multiple ways in which it was communicated the session happens, but then I
Yeah.
don't know why people don't join.
This is a really good session on
Yeah,
pandas.
Yeah.
true,
Even
true.
So what I've done is, let's do a quick recap for the benefit of the recording. We have dropped some corrupted rows, okay? But at the same time, we also see that there are a bunch of movie IDs which are appearing more than once. Now, I think the only reason that could have happened is because multiple people out of us scraped the same data, and that ended up here. But if you look at that, if we simply do a drop duplicate, so basically let's say MID, uh, this what we're filtering by one movie ID, which we know appears more than once, and we want to then solve this mystery. Why is it appearing more than once, and what we can do about it. So the output of this filtering result is also a data frame, which has 3 rows and 20 columns.
yeah.
Now let's see how many of these are duplicates. So if I say drop duplicates on top of that, it actually gives me just one result because all three are duplicated.
Can you explain what is that iLock
Oh, sorry,
2
not
that you
iLog2,
did?
I should probably remove because that's incorrect. Yeah, but even so, okay, let me start from such. Let's say we have our data frame, right? Some data frame is there, some movie IDs are there, but clearly something is wrong. So what I'm going to first do in order to ensure that data integrity is there, is that every movie ID should appear only once and it should contain the correct data. That's what we want.
Hmm.
That is not happening because some movie IDs are repeated, correct?
Yeah.
Now to see which ones are repeated, I'll take the column movie ID and do a value counts on it, which will tell me how many times which value appears. It simply counts
Yeah.
the values. So there it is. The ones that are appearing only ones are the good ones. We don't really care about this. These are the nice movies that are properly saved in our system.
Yeah.
But this fellow, 310954, is appearing 3 times. Now, out of those 3 records, which one is correct? We don't know. That's what we want to find out. So, let's see which is a typical record where this movie ID appears. So, then I filter the data frame. I say find all the rows in DF where the DF movie ID is the same as this value. And sure enough, it gave me 3 rows because it's appearing thrice, right? Now, which of these do I pick?
Do you not have to give it as a string? Is it a number?
This
That
is a number, yeah,
3109.
because in the
Okay.
JSON payload that we received, it was a number, so pandas also read it as a number.
Oh, okay, 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 okay.
So yeah, okay, we got three. Out of this, which one do we pick?
Mm,
Let's assign the output to some temporary data frame called XDF, right? So XDF is for one movie ID, which was repeated thrice, this logic.
right.
Now let's, ilog0 is integer location, which means pandas data frames can actually
Okay,
be
okay.
indexed using the index value or the array index value. So pandas data frames are exactly like NumPy arrays, except they can be indexed in arbitrary ways. You don't have to go 0, 1, 2, 3. It can be X, Y, Z, whatever it is, right?
Yeah,
So I'm
yeah.
taking the first row. Tells me that, let's ignore this particular issue for now, but movie name is Garuda Praval Trailer 3. If I look at the first row of the duplicated values, it's again Garuda Praval Trailer 3. If I look at the second one, it's again Garuda Praval Trailer 3, which leads me to believe that this is completely duplicated from bottom to down. All
Yeah.
three are the same rows. So when I look at this XDF and then I tell XDF, drop all your duplicates. And you see it gives us back only one row, which means 2 are duplicates.
Yeah. Complete duplicates.
That's it. So let's do that. We'll go back to our data frame and say drop all duplicates.
But we are sure about only this movie, right? Or were we sure
We
about
are sure
everything?
about the other. Well, see, one good thing is that even if we are not, if in our master data
Ah,
frame
okay,
the
okay.
exact same row is appearing twice,
Yeah,
we are
got it,
not,
got it,
exactly, it
got it.
doesn't matter, right? So let's drop
Right,
that.
right, true, true.
Now again, you see I didn't add an in place to which gives me this value. So I'll just say in place is true.
Okay.
So df.shape is now, we are down to
34. Okay.
3,41,846. यहाँ पे I'm
Okay.
pretty sure that there are no duplicates in movie ID.
Excellent.
But
Okay.
just to be sure, let's run movie ID count again. If a single one appears more than once, we're still in trouble. It doesn't. All of that is 1. Now we are getting a value as 1.
Okay.
How do we ensure that it is actually all 1?
Mm-hmm.
Well, one quick way to do that is to check this length and sum these up. So if I do a dot sum over here, it's exactly the same length as it is, which means thankfully our data is now clean. So there we go. That's our movie
So
ID.
one more thing, Jaydev. So we
Yes.
need to move that the extra. So the movie name was spelt in 2 different ways, right? So we have to
So
merge
row-wise
that.
cleaning, record level cleaning we have done. Now let's do the row level cleaning.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So for the sake of convenience, I'm going to set the movie ID itself as the index, right?
What is that, Anand, that you said? The names are
No. So what happened is, I think in Beautiful Soup, when we wrote the script,
yeah,
so there were types of scripts that were floating around. So one script had captured all the movie names as movie name, as you see in the second column,
yeah.
and another set actually captured as movie name colon.
Correct. So,
You can
Oh,
see
okay.
that
so there
all the
is this
columns
is
here,
there,
right?
and
Okay.
this is also there.
Oh, okay.
Same for
So
language category, blah blah blah. All of that thing has also happened.
So this is because of two people, I mean, two
yeah,
different people
two
downloading it.
different. Yes, correct.
Yeah,
No, no,
okay.
it's not actually because of 2 people. I think what they have done from their side is that for some movies they are using something like this, but for some other
Could
movies
be.
they are using this sort of a.
It could be based on the person who's entering that data, probably, I think.
Correct, correct. It's possible. All right. I think right now, Ananya, please go ahead. Now we can take your question because now one level of cleaning is done. Now the second level of cleaning is required. Now we know exactly, unambiguously, which movie ka data we have and don't have.
Yes, sir. So why are we trying to remove the duplicates? Why can't we just adjust the movie names, like change all the movie IDs and make them the correct serial numbers?
We can't do that now because movie IDs are CBFC's discretion. We don't decide movie IDs. See, basically, when Anand says movie ID XYZ, it has to mean the same thing as what CBSE understands as XYZ movie ID. And that has to be the same terminology that grows across between us. We cannot change movie names. That's a primary thing that they are using internally. And we have to follow the same thing.
Yes, sir. Got it.
Because otherwise what will happen is we'll come up with our own set of movie IDs. Now movie ID 1 for us doesn't match movie ID 1 for them, which means that something is corrupted, right? We won't be able to.
Right.
But we ultimately wanted to answer the questions Anand has, our course faculty has put in the discourse forum. So why does it
No,
matter if
exactly. For answering that specific question, it doesn't matter. There you can just take the movie length and do a bunch of stuff with it. But we want to publish this data also, which means that people should be able to answer other types of questions also, not just that.
yes, sir.
And given that if you just wanted to answer that one question, then all of this scraping and all and cleaning data was not necessary. We could have answered it like much earlier. We want to get all of this data, make it presentable, make it clean and release it so that anybody can do any sort of analysis they want later.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So for just for the people who are listening to this
Recording later.
recording, yeah, it's actually CBFC, not
CBFC,
CBSE.
not CBSE, sorry.
Yeah,
Central
it is
Board of Film Certification.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
All right. So there we are. This is our final data set, more or less final. Now the question comes, movie name and movie name column space. Now let's look at those two columns. I'm going to say DF, take a column called movie name and take another column called movie name space colon space. Hey, not an index. Okay, df dot columns dot to list. It's okay. There isn't a trailing space. Fine, great. Now my hypothesis here is that if this is nan, this will not be nan, and if this is nan, this will not be nan, right?
Yep.
So we have
Yep.
to take whichever value is not nan,
Yes, correct.
And put it under the same heading, no?
correct. Put it under some third heading, which we'll call say clean movie name or something like that.
Yeah.
Now the question is, how do you do this with pandas?
Is there something called merge, concatenate?
That's what I'm thinking. Like what we want to do is for every, but actually first let's test this hypothesis that if one is nan, the other should not be nan. let's see. I'll write a function called check row, and there I'll give it a row, and I'll say that call1, call2 are the names of the two columns. So actually no, let's just hard code that, because call2 is movie name and call2 is movie name space colon, right? I want to say that if one is true, one is nan, the other is definitely not. How do you do that? I'll say that actually even this is not necessarily, I can just say that val1 is row of movie name, val2 is row of movie name colon, right? And then I'll basically say that is val1 na is pd dot is na. That's basically a convenient function. You give it any value, it will tell you whether it's a null or not. And nulls are, there are many different ways of representing nulls. This nan, which is not a number, is the numpy way of representing null. There is the non-type standard definition in Python. In some contexts, an empty string is also construed as a null value, right? So this is something that encapsulates all of them in a smart way. It says that, okay, it seems like what you're passing is nothing. So that's why I'm going to say it is null. So is val1 na, pd dot is na val1, and is val2 na, pd dot is na val2. Exactly one of these values should be true, not more, not less. How do you check that? Or maybe but no, if both of them are true, both of them are null, it will still give an or. Exclusive or, right?
Yeah.
How do you do exclusive or in Python? Let's do. So
I don't think there is a XOR.
there is an
Python. You will
XOR.
have to construct it.
Basically, what we have to simply do is assert that is val1 na is not equal to is val2 na. Can you convince yourself that this is actually XOR of two booleans? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, yes.
See, if they are exactly equal, then both of them are true or both of them are false. If
We,
both
we
of
can
them,
also do one thing. We can also do one thing. We can actually take the sum of all the things which are NA for a movie name
correct, and they have to amount to exactly 1.
exactly to the same number. No, I mean the total has to be equal to 34186.
No, only one, right? Because basically we're talking about only movie name over here. So movie name and movie name column, two columns, exactly one of them should be false, and even if both of them are true, the sum will only be 2.
No, I was saying without this check row function that you have
Oh, I
written.
see. You're trying to say do it column wise.
Yeah, we could just take all the movie names. How many nans are there? How many nans in movie names?
Correct.
One colon
And
are
they
there.
should sum up to this
Add
number.
them. Yeah, to that
Correct,
number.
correct. That's actually a much easier way of doing it. You're right. I was going to do this row by row. So movie name dot, let's just say pd dot is na, and let's just take a look at it. Gives us a list of booleans, right?
Yeah, right. So we can do the sum, right?
We can do the sum, and I say sum is, let me just call it x1 equal to that, and x1 is what? It's saying the whole row is null. That doesn't sound right. If I say x2 pd dot is na df of movie name colon dot sum. Now this guy should give me 0 if all our logic is correct. But no. Okay.
How is that possible?
Yeah. So which are the ones where both of them are null? That's what we need to figure out. Those are the movies that we need to rescrape, I think. Well, okay. Clearly there is a discrepancy. Movie name is nan for all of the wrong records. Well, if
But how is that number 341864?
that's what the data says. So it's basically saying that If you look at df.shape,
But even here it
341864.
looks like that. All of them are nan. I'm
Basically,
checking on
movie name,
name.
the whole thing is nan, it's saying.
Nan, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So then, at least one good thing here is we can drop that column now. Because if the whole column is nan, good for us. I'm not saying that that compensates for everything. The movie name column still has 1222 nans. Does that make sense? I think Anand, what happened is that the movie name where we are seeing all nans, that is an artifact of the corrupted records being dropped.
Not very clear on that.
No, we dropped a lot of data, right? It's quite possible that in that data the movie name was not nan.
Oh,
But
okay.
we were sure that those rows were wrong, so we dropped them.
Okay.
Check this out with your consolidated.xlsx sheet. Check out if this hypothesis is true. The only reason why this column exists is because at some point there was some value in it, but it got dropped because it didn't have a lang ID. So actually, Anand, can you share your screen? Let's quickly.
Yeah. So, yeah. 1 second. I'm still sharing it. Actually, I'm still sharing it.
Okay, then let me pause mine and let me pin yours. Because, go ahead.
Yeah. Can you see my screen now?
Yes. Now, Anand, here is my hypothesis. Movie name, column D.
Anand, I can't see your screen for some reason.
Okay. Let me stop and reshare it.
Okay.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Another?
it is.
Right?
It is
Okay.
now. Yeah.
Yeah. So in this one, what were you saying?
I was saying that remove all the rows where lang ID is blank.
Remove all the.
Or you can filter and hide probably.
I can just remove it. I can just remove it. Smallest to largest. This is lang ID is 0.
This is weird. Where did lang ID 0 come from?
All sorts of weird things are happening. Huh? So where did that space? Oh, okay. All these things.
So this is where, okay, but these are all anyway nans, so we dropped them.
Hold on. So there are.
These are all of these for which lang ID is null, empty string.
Oh, there's a whole lot.
It's a lot of them. Now, let's say that there is a pick any movie out of them.
No, I'm just going to remove them. Should I?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Not able to find where it
The
starts.
top. Yeah.
You can freeze panes there maybe. Are you talking about the first line?
Yeah.
The first. From where should we start deleting? Basically.
Yeah.
42 is Bengali. That much we know. So far so good.
Oh. There is so many that we are.
41
okay.
is
We
41
have
is
some.
Tamil, is it? Okay.
Yeah. So we seem to have somewhere. Okay. There is a 0 here. What should we do with the 0?
There is no data
Obviously, the
anywhere else. I
zeros
think this
are.
is clearly. There we go. At least we found the limit.
Yeah. So should I delete everything from
Everything,
here?
uske niche, everything is delete.
Oh man.
Ooh, no, lost the range.
I lost it. Okay. Okay.
This is the problem with Excel, no?
That is the problem with Excel. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to.
You need to be very sure of what you're doing.
Okay, 379671 is the row from which we are.
So I hope if I select everything now, I think I'm hoping that
I mean,
it will
there
come
anyway,
out.
we are not losing any data because all the columns seem to be blank anyway.
Oh shit!
What is this?
I don't know why is it not working.
Never mind, never mind,
There is something wrong.
never mind.
Okay, should I try again?
No, let's not bother. Let's go back to what we were trying to do and see.
Yeah, I think you
what
can
we
take it back. You can
salvage
take it
from there. So, okay, let's put this back and Okay, basically this fellow is telling me that movie name is null for the whole thing. So I'm just going to drop df 31684. I'm going to drop again all the rows where movie name is null, right? So df dot drop na. This time my subset is no. I was just about to do something super disastrous. I was saying drop every row where movie name is null, which is practically every row in the data frame. So this is not what we.
Yeah, you have
we
to
don't.
remove the column, right?
Yeah. We need to
The
get rid of the column, not the row. Just del a column like that, and there we have it. So, but then since we've gotten rid of this column, what we'll do is df, we'll just keep it small and simple. We'll say movie name is df dot pop of movie name space colon. There we go. So df of movie name is our actual column. Now isme is na. Can I do that? And uska sum is 1222 as we knew. So what we can do is filter out those where the movie name is null. And uska, let's take the first row. This is what it says. It simply says that the language ID is 51, name is 52500, and the rest is all blank. How did this happen? 52500 movie ID and language ID is 51. Let's take a look.
I think I lost it in between. I'm not able to follow now.
Okay. Where did you lose it? Let's go back. We basically got rid of the movie name column because it was all nans. And the remaining column, we just renamed it to movie underscore name for easier typing so that it doesn't have spaces and colons and all that.
Okay.
That's all. Now, this fellow also has 1222 blanks. So, I'm basically saying.
So what happened to that movie name colon? There were two columns, right?
I renamed it to this one, and the one that was full of nans, I dropped
okay,
it.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what I'm saying is find all of those rows where this value is null. So, I'm saying that df of movie underscore name dot is an a is going to tell me which of them are null. Most of them are false because they are not null. And I'm going to use that as an index on the larger data frame. I'm going to say pick all the rows where movie name is not null.
But there are 34,000, 3,41,000,
No,
right?
that's the length of the array. Most of them are false.
Oh, okay.
Because if I do the same thing,
Can we just count how many are true?
yeah. It's 1, 2, 2, 2.
It was 1222, no?
Yeah.
1, 2, 2. Okay.
So I want to get these values out now.
Yes.
And in order to do that, I'm going to use this Boolean array as an index, as a mask for my larger df.
Got it.
There we are. Okay. So again, just as we did that temporary, I just generally use xdf as a temporary name for all my intermediate arrays, data frames. So xdf is that slice of the data frame where
No, so
name is
we need to do the exact opposite, right? So we need to say not is an A.
Correct, exactly. But I'm trying to see why these things even happened. Like, how does one account for this movie ID? Who scraped it? And like somebody who has not specifically which person scraped it. Why did this not happen? Why did not the request not go through? What happened? Maybe this is simply, there was an except clause in one of our loops where he said just return an empty dictionary. Actually, if we look at the not an empty dictionary, sorry. So my download.py is slightly different from the latest, but the get the matlab ki cheez here is just this function. We are basically saying that create a dictionary with movie ID and lang ID. Under which conditions is only the movie ID and the lang ID present if this details doesn't get updated anywhere else. Which is this details, connection error. So these are the results of connection errors. Right?
Okay, so we will have to anyway drop them.
We'll have to anyway drop them, correct.
Yeah.
So then let's do that. We'll basically say that, but let's be a little more specific, because in my XDF, then movie ID is populated and the only other value that is visible is lang id. So if I say xdf.lang underscore id, that all of it 1222, all of them should be not nulls. This should come out to be 0. Yes, correct. So these 1222 values are the results of connection errors, because it's only in the case of
Yes.
connection error that we have written a script which tells us that just return the blank dictionary with only two details present. How do we know
Right,
those two
right,
details?
right.
Because we supplied them to begin with.
Yes.
Great. So then, what can we do? We'll just
You
say.
you mean we supplied it means we downloaded it with those details in place, is it?
So when we started scraping, we had two pieces of information: the movie
Yeah.
IDs and the lang IDs.
Yeah.
After the scraping had happened, we got some extra bits of information, but there are some records where we are left with the same two bits of information where we started with, which are these 1222
okay.
ones.
Okay. And the other information is not there.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
So I know exactly those indices which I have to drop. So I will say to drop is xdf.index. So I want to drop these movie IDs from the master data frame, and my master data frame is this. I'll say df.drop of to drop along the 0th axis, which is along the rows. Right? So, again, it returned something else.
I didn't quite get what you were doing here actually.
Okay, okay.
From the,
Do you know what, are you clear up to what this is? Like, this
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
stuff we have to drop. And
Yeah.
these are the movie IDs we have to drop. This is the index of this data frame.
correct.
So, when I say xdf.index, these are the movie IDs that we need to drop.
Okay.
So, I'm just going to call it to drop.
Oh, okay.
Create a new variable called to drop, which is simply xdf.index. Right? And then in the original data frame, I'm going to say df.drop and pass it which values to drop? That's contained in to drop.
To drop. Okay.
And we need to drop along the 0th axis. We don't need to drop columns. We need to drop rows this time.
Okay. Okay.
So axis 0, and again in place equal to true, because otherwise if I don't do this, it's going to give me this 3, 4, 0, 6, 4, 2 rows. But my
Okay.
df.shape is still the same. We haven't dropped anything in original df.
Why
So
is it the same? Actually, we dropped those rows, right?
But we didn't drop it in place, na. So the original value is the same. It returned the, it drops and then returns the copy,
okay.
right?
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
just say in place equal to 2. There we go,
Yeah.
right? That's it. So movie name is clarified. Now let's look at the other columns.
So now look at df shape.
df.shape is 340642.
Another question. You said x-axis is axis 0. What is y-axis then?
No, I didn't say x-axis, did I?
Rows.
The
I mean, in the
row.
sense rows. Yeah.
So 0th axis means the vertical axis. Like this, in typically in NumPy, which is basically the backend for pandas, every array has an axis, which is simply the number of dimensions in that array. The 0th one is rows, and the first one is columns.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So movie name, we figured it out. Now let's see, movie language also is appearing twice? Yes, it is. So if I say df.select of movie language, space colon, this also makes sense, and I think now this should all be the same as this, and this should all be the same as this. So I'll say dot is NA. If I just do this, it will tell me which one is NA and all that. And if I do sum along the first axis, 0th axis rather, it should tell me that movie language may 340642 nulls are present, and in movie language colon space colon, no nulls are present, which means unlike in the first case,
Yeah.
this fellow can safely be dropped without any problem.
Yeah, you can remove that column itself.
Correct. Now let's do that. We say del of movie language, and then again for the sake of convenience rename the column. I'm going to say movie language, which is a new column because this doesn't exist. I'm going to set that to df.pop of df.pop of movie language space colon. What this pop means is that I'm going to pop that column. I'm going to remove that column from the original data frame and add it back under a new name.
Yes.
right? There we go. So that's how we rename columns. This is one way of renaming columns. There are many. That's it. So now our non-null columns are full. Let's look at which other columns we
I
have.
think we have more movie category. We have many of them.
Correct.
I think we should drop all of them.
Movie category. Let's do the same thing that we did with.
So one question: if you make a mistake in this, in while we are doing any of these, do you normally keep a copy of the original one because you are doing in place movement?
Yeah. That's actually not very healthy. I do. Right now, I'm feeling adventurous.
If you make a mistake in between, you lose everything.
But the good thing is, IPython saves history. So all I have to do is make sure that before I exit this shell, I save something as a .py file, which will basically save all of this.
Okay.
Anyway, same thing with movie category, which means we can afford to delete movie category now, right? So I'm going to say delete movie.
You can remove multiple of them. Hold on. Movie category
Good
you can
point.
delete.
Yes.
Regional office you can delete.
Let's
You don't need any of them.
no correct. But let's verify all of them. Which is movie category is one, and certified by regional office one has a trailing space, one doesn't. Okay, let's see. Certified by regional office space. This would simply
When
be.
this is actually done in offices and all, do they have a checklist as to what names to give so that such kind of errors don't happen?
Okay, so movie category certified by regional office can be dropped easily. Certificate number, is that also duplicated? Is there a certificate number? No, that is not there, no?
That is.
Certificate
tell you what,
number, yeah, go ahead.
I already removed that in Excel, so you can't see that.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay. But anyway, let's delete movie category first. So del df. I just don't want to rush this because I don't want to accidentally delete the column which doesn't have nans. So that's why I'm doing it one by, because then what you said will really be true and we'll be in like massive trouble then.
Is that movie category there twice? Yeah, there are two, no? One with colon and one without colon.
Yeah, we want to
We
remove.
want the one
We want to
without
keep that
column.
colon.
Correct.
We want
Because
to
that
keep
has
all the
zero
columns.
nulls. Yes.
And
So,
there is no data found as well.
good point. So that means this was a problem in our scraping. But anyway, we'll figure it out. So movie category is done, and we want to say certified, which is the one that we want to keep over here. This is certified by regional office. The second one we want to keep. So we'll say tell df.
Again, I think you should check once, right? Before deleting. Don't you think so?
No, we just did, no? See here.
Oh, do you did it? Okay.
I'm just trying to figure out which of them because there is just the difference between two of them is one space. I want to be careful as to not delete the one certificate by regional office. I want
Without
to delete the
space,
one
you should
without the space. Yes.
Without the space, yeah.
What?
What? I think you misspelled
So
it.
sorry, certified by regional office, not certificate by regional office.
Yeah.
Yeah. There we go. So certificate number is there, certificate date is there. Let's take a look at the columns again.
Okay.
Certified length. Okay, this is interesting. Name of producer, applicant, language ID, movie category, certified by regional office, which is what we maintained. Cut list detail, real number, description.
Yeah, the
I think we're done.
cut list details and real number is anyway it doesn't have anything. So as well
Let's
remove
take a look. Let's see. Cut list details dot is na dot sum and df dot shape is no. There are some where the cut list details is present.
Okay.
Let's see what are the ones where the cut list details are present. So I'll say use cut list details dot not null. I think, yeah. And out of that, pick the cut list details. It's just serial number.
Serial number. Yeah.
Why is there a
that's what
piece
it's
of
like.
text though?
We can remove it. I think we can remove it.
Is there a movie ID? Let's say 28. Movie ID 28, which has a lang ID of what exactly? Let's
Which one?
take a look at
28.
the HTML. 28, yeah.
20.
Lang ID is 42. So let me copy link address, put it here. The movie ID we want to see is 28 and Lang ID is 42. What exactly is cut list details and why is it a piece of text called serial number?
Is it? Okay, it's still searching.
Yeah. But let's see, is it all serial number? Because if it is,
Yeah, that's what I saw when I looked at the Excel. I
What
thought I saw everything with serial number.
yeah, it's all serial number. We can delete this. So del df cut list details. It's either null or it's serial number, which is a piece of text which
Yeah.
doesn't help us. But although that, so for example here, if I see cut acha, okay, it's a different oh, it's a different table.
Oh, okay,
And
okay. So
I
we didn't
think
scrape it properly.
Correct. So for some movie IDs and some language ID combinations, we are getting two tables. And part of that second table is creeped in. That doesn't matter, great, because at least this is empty, right? Like we don't care. So I delete cut list details, and if I look at the columns again, what else? Real number, is it important? Well, actually,
No,
let's
I
take a
don't
look.
think so.
Now let's take a look at what this no data found thing is. Oh, dude. I think I know what this is. When you send an incompatible Lang ID movie ID combination, that's when this happens. Although no data found should be true when the rest of it. Anand, do you have? No.
No,
Correct.
that is. It's not that. It's not
not
that.
that.
Something
It's
else.
anything else completely. It's basically there will be some records where no data found will come because you have sent the wrong combination for request, and that's why
No,
it
that
appeared.
cannot, because this is 34. 3,440. I mean, it cannot be this much.
No. This is just the column. So whatever it is, if I just look at it, it will be null for everything, I'm sure. So if I say dot is any dot sum, what? No data found. That's there, no? So what's your problem?
Not, you said not.
Oh. Yeah, is the whole thing. So we can safely delete this.
I don't know how it came in the first place.
It came because you can accidentally send an incompatible combination which doesn't exist of movie ID and Lang ID. Then what happens is it simply returns no data found. But since pandas we are pushing all of the responses that come, all of the fields in the responses.
Oh,
It's-
okay.
And
Okay.
even one of them ends up with no data found, it will say that, okay, this is a valid field. So I'm going to
okay.
make a column out of it. I won't put anything in the column, but it's there.
I see.
So actually a simple example of this is this. Like let's say I start a list and I say A colon 1, B colon 2, and here I have C X or C, which is none, and this is my data frame data. If I say PD dot data frame of from records of X, it will make a column for A, B, C because those are the union of all the keys that are found. Now in the first record A appears, which is 1, B appears, which is a value of 2, C doesn't exist in the first, but it takes union of all of them, right?
Yeah,
In the
correct,
second record, C is anyway none, A and B don't exist at all. So this is how, even if in one record you have no data found, it will put a column in all of them. That is what happened. So df.head, there we go. What else? What other?
A description. Why is it none in some of them?
Description, by the way, I saw that it was none.
Okay, there is
in
only
many
one. There is only.
places. But let's see.
But anyway, that's not a duplicate row, duplicate column, so that's fine.
What? It's all. It's all null.
Oh, okay. So we can delete it.
Yeah.
We can delete.
So del df. Okay, done. Sorry, just give me a second. And df dot columns. Serial number do we really need? Because we have movie ID and lang ID, right?
No, I think we can remove it.
Although actually,
Like,
what is serial
I
number
guess for
just
that
out of?
matter, even real number. Real number you don't need.
I see. SR dot NO dot, what is it? It's nan trying to say is dot sum, the whole thing. So let's delete that. See, why are we being really dumb here? There would have been a much easier way to do this. If I say df dot is na dot sum along the 0th axis.
Okay.
You see?
Okay. Instead of doing separately.
Yeah, we could have been doing this for the last 15
Yeah,
minutes.
yeah.
But okay,
Yeah.
looks like we eliminated all of them, although very inefficiently one by one. But serial number is the only thing that is left. Real number, some of them have data. Let's see what that data is later. Although let me go ahead first and delete sr dot number dot. Is there a space there? No, there is no space. There we go. And that's it. So what I'm going to do is find those rows in df where real number is not null. Real number is description. Movie ID 28 we just saw, no?
Yeah.
Do I have a... Come on.
So can you look at the unique real numbers?
That's what I'm thinking. So this fellow, what's... just let me quickly address, paste it over here. And this was 42, right? I think for 28. Movie ID 28.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh. Let's see what this fellow says about the real number. Anytime now. It'll take a good minute or so.
We have been crawling so many.
Yeah. Any luck? God damn, come on.
Okay, should I try?
It's almost showed up. So,
Oh, yeah. Okay, where is the real?
this
Okay,
real
oh,
number,
that's part of the
this,
cut list.
oh my god. Okay, fine. Let's get rid of real number.
Yeah.
Again, this is a case of two tables coming back instead of just one. So, df dot columns is again what? Name of producer, applicant, certified by regional. This is, I think, that's it. We're done.
Yeah, can we move the movie name in the beginning?
Yes. We can. In fact, let's also rename columns properly.
Yes.
There is a df dot rename function. So what we can do is, we have been doing it one by one, but alter access labels. There is a dictionary, dict-like function or transformation to apply to the access mapper, index, columns. Actually, we'll just do this. df dot columns is this, and we'll say df dot columns is a new list, and here we'll type out the new name. So I'll just say certificate number, or I'll just say cert number to keep it small. I'll say cert.
Or we can rename multiple columns at the
Yeah. I'm just changing the dot columns attribute completely, and it's just going to override the existing column. So I'll say cert length.
This
And
thing is
instead of
amazing.
name on producer, I'm just going to say producer, applicant, lang ID is lang ID, we'll leave it alone. Category, we'll just call it movie category. Next is certified by regional office. What information is present in certified by regional office? Kolkata. Location, we'll just call it regional office.
Yeah.
Regional office के बाद certified by regional, movie name and movie language, that's all. So I'll just say name and lang. That's it. That's our data set.
Okay, great.
Finally, this is done. I'm just, for the sake of it, we are in which folder? We'll just go one level above and just gonna say df dot to JSON Master.
Let's move it. Let's move the name to the second column. Reorder them. Can we?
Yeah, we can do that. Actually, good point. But it doesn't matter because we are going to put it in an Excel or something, right? So, or anyway, we'll do JSON for now. Excel and all we'll do only when presenting. You
Yeah,
want the name
that's
to
good.
appear first, is it?
No, the ID, then name, then lang.
Okay, so
Then after
df,
that is okay.
df. What's the order you want? Go ahead, tell me.
First is movie ID,
Which is the index? So we'll deal with that later. Next,
then movie name,
name,
then lang.
right?
Then after that is fine.
Okay, how do you do this? I have calls as df dot columns, and this we need to mutate basically. Dot to list, let's say calls. So I'll basically say that calls is the same as calls of the last two colon plus calls till the last but one. So name lang, the rest of it are same. This is the order we want. Movie ID will come before this, of course.
How did you do this? Calls equal to
Calls, this is the list of columns I already had.
yeah.
I said take everything from the last two onwards, which is name lang, right? Minus two colon,
Okay.
and
Yeah,
then
okay.
add concatenate that with everything up till the last but second. So take name,
Okay.
take lang, and then just add these to them later.
Okay. Wow,
Right?
it's super easy actually. This pandas is amazing.
This is just Python. this is just
No,
this
the
is just
pandas.
Python.
Yeah,
Ah,
this is
correct,
Python,
correct.
but
he-
the idea is yeah. If you could do this, and if the pandas has to understand that, right?
correct,
So it
correct,
is
correct. Yeah.
something amazing.
Yeah. So this is my df. Now I just df of calls is the new order. I'll just say df equal to df dot calls. So that's my new df now.
Okay.
Okay. Now df dot to JSON. The question is orient. Does it write the index? It does, and I'll just call it something like master dot JSON and orient equal to records, and indent is 2 so that it's a little readable. Let's see.
What was that, Jaideep? Just
We
now what you
wrote
did?
the output to a JSON file.
Okay.
So
that
where
is-
is the ID?
Movie ID did not write. Yes. So because df dot maybe reset index. Basically, what reset index will do is that whatever your index is, put it back into the data frame as a column. So now you see that we have movie ID appearing in the column itself. Pehle it was the index, na? So anyway, so then again we write this, and that does it. And when I do this now the movie ID appears.
So what happened? I didn't get it.
Earlier what we had was that a data frame has an index, right? When you write to JSON, the index is not written. Look at this. This was the index.
Oh, you were using that as the index.
Correct.
Okay.
Now, if I were to write to CSV, the index would be written, but in JSON it doesn't write it. If I in fact have to stop writing the index, I have to say index equal to false. So when I do a reset index, what it does is it will take the index and put it back into the data frame as a column.
Ah, okay,
Right?
okay,
So
got it.
that's what happened, and then I wrote it. My index appeared. Oops, did I accidentally do something crazy? No, I hope not. I'll say tmux a. Yeah, sorry. So less master.json. We have two blah blah blah. df.shape is 34 lakhs. So roughly another 2 lakhs to go. By the way, we are only kind of 60% done, or at best
Yeah,
68% done roughly.
Yeah. Now the big issue is we have to find which rows we can easily find, but we have to find the ranges.
Exactly. Let's do
And
this.
that will be really tough. I mean, how are you planning to do that?
Let's see. Okay.
It's not going
This
to be easy.
data is written. Now, let's go back to our original movies data frame, no? So I'll say
No. Why are we worried about this? Because you have the movies. We have to just find the difference.
correct. Exactly.
Uh,
What is
and
present
create
in
a new
movies.csv,
movies.csv.
but
Yeah.
not present in ours.
Yes, yes,
So
yeah.
let's see. We'll say, do we have something called master? No, they'll say DF. No, no, DF I don't want to write.
I
I'll just say
think
movies exactly.
hold on. I think we don't need to do that now because there are more movies getting curled. I mean,
Where?
crawled now. So
Oh, no, no, then let's ask them to stop.
even I'm doing that. So
Oh, but see movies dot set index movie ID. Anyway, let me do this anyhow. So we want to figure out whatever is here but not here.
hmm.
So now you tell me what to do. Should
Hmm.
we start figuring out the ranges?
I don't think we need the ranges, right?
We
Because
actually we can't
we can
work with
create
the
a new
ranges. Yeah,
movies.csv.
correct.
We will create a new yeah, we will create a new movies.csv and we will use that to assign the ranges.
Fine. So mm,
Anand, just to interrupt, what exactly are we talking about here? I've just lost track
Okay.
now.
Yeah. So actually there was a what we did was we created a list of movies that we wanted to scrape.
Okay,
Okay, so we called that as movies.csv.
okay.
So now out of the movies.csv, we had assigned that somebody, the person one does the range,
Yeah, yeah,
let's say 1
correct.
to 1000, and
Yeah, yeah.
so in that movies now we are finding some of them didn't get crawled properly,
Oh, okay,
right? So
okay.
we are going to start with this now.
Uh-huh.
We are going to find the difference of what is what we needed to crawl and what did not come properly.
Oh, okay, okay. So you're
So we will
comparing
create
the
a new,
master list
yeah,
with the one
yes,
that we've
yes,
already created now.
yes, and we are
Okay,
going to create a new movies.csv.
okay, which combines both of them. I mean, the required things.
Yeah, the newly
Yeah.
required thing,
Okay, okay,
and
fine.
that
one
we are
lakh
going to
seven
assign
thousand
ranges.
seven hundred and 1 lakh, or is this what? Yeah, 1,77,759 movies are to be scraped.
Okay, okay, cool.
So what I did
Okay, so
was, movies is the original CSV we had. Take this set of movie IDs, which is all movies. Existing movies is the ones we have. All movies minus existing movies are the ones to scrape.
okay, cool.
So to
Okay, and
scrape is basically this. Yeah, something like that.
this is the movie IDs.
Correct. So new movies then becomes movies is movies dot log of list of to scrape. New movies is this. New movies dot shape. Let's just to be clear. Well, that's the shape. And new movies. I'll just write this to CSV right now.
Yeah, you can do that. We will create a Python out of this, py file out of this, and we will use that.
Yeah, new movies are up.
Excellent. Okay.
And WC minus L new movies. Now the thing is assignments. Wait.
Yeah, I think
What
that can
difference
wait.
does?
So let's complete I think maybe we'll ask everyone to stop in another hour.
But we're done. Like, I mean, okay, yeah. Let me just quickly this consolidated file master.json. Where do we put it?
Uh,
129 megabytes. Should I call this consolidated.json?
no. So we have to create a new consolidated JSON now because there are still scrapings going on.
Oh, then in that case, like, when can we do a hard stop?
Yeah, let's that's what I'm saying. So
Huh.
let's stop it at 1 hour. Let's keep ask everyone to stop. Maybe by 2.
Makes sense, sure. I'll just keep it over there so that I have the master file ready with me.
Yeah, by 2 I think everyone will stop. Okay.
I'm just going to call this consolidate jd.py, save everything from 1 to 195. Done. And let me just move this consolidate underscore, come on, So this is the whole thing. It doesn't matter. Did I go to? Oh no. I might have been in movie certifications. Okay. The file has appeared here, which is fine. The master.json has appeared here, and the new movies.csv has also appeared here. Good. So far, whatever we did in the last hour and a half, the data is safe and saved.
Okay, cool. So by 2 o'clock, I think let's ask everyone to stop, right? And I will create the consolidated.json. You can use that. Is that fine?
No, but again, that will have the same problems as earlier, na?
So
Do
you
we
have the
have to do
Python.
all this,
Again.
Yeah,
all this that we did again, all over again on the
yes, we will have to. Yeah, we will have
yeah,
to.
okay.
We'll have to do it in some shape or form. So anyway, but at least like what I'll do is this consolidated jd.py, whatever we wrote, all Python code we wrote in, I'll. But the thing is, you know what? Just let me know when to do it. I'll figure out a way to do that. Code consolidation and all, we'll take care of it later.
Okay, so are we still on the plan? Like, are we
So
stopping it by 2?
stop it by 2,
Yeah.
and just let me know when you want me to consolidate the whole dump again.
The consolidation, JSON consolidation I can do. Or
No, I meant the cleaning and everything, not just the concatenation. Like
so
one
what
last
you want is
master.
only the list of JSONs, right?
I just want the dump latest. So basically, what I'm going to do when we stop scraping is I'm going to download the whole drive.
Okay, cool.
And I'm going to do the same thing all over it again, except this time I might be faster because I know what to do.
Okay, great. So by 2 o'clock, I think let's announce on the Google Space saying we will stop at 2 o'clock.
Okay. And then we'll obviously our new movies.csv will change.
Yes.
By 5 o'clock or so, we'll announce the new ranges.
Great. Okay. So, is there something I want to do? I mean, I have to do.
Nothing, just announce on the group
That's enough.
and basically I think Anand, to be safe, at 2 o'clock, change the group to read only, except for yourself. So
Yeah.
that even if
Okay.
somebody wants to, they can't accidentally add anything.
Okay. Fine. Okay, we'll do that.
And then later at 5 o'clock, we can change it back after the ranges have been assigned.
Sure. Yes.
So that we know for sure that no wasted effort is going on. Well, there may be, but then we'll say that, okay, whatever extra you have script, please put it in the new CSVs.
Great. Okay.
The new range, that is.
Nice. Okay. So I think can you put this up in the YouTube, the recording?
This recording, yes, I'll do that. Let me
Yeah,
just
this is
go
really
ahead
amazing. This is
and,